Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. I'm back. Whoopsie. Oh dear. This was supposed to be our Christmas in July, but in July I was not available. So we are going to do this now. Today is August 7th, 2025, and we are working on the Advent calendar. This was my project for Christmas in July, so we're going to continue with this. Since this is on one of the frames, and I do want to make some progress on this, and then continue with the Halloween project. Let me get settled here. I haven't done this in such a long time that I'm totally lost. But I won't be lost for long. Right. Okay, let me get settled. Hang in there, folks. And I need some light. And looks pretty good. The camera does not like the light. And I will check in a minute to see what you can see. Let me secure the thread. And in there, because this way it's good for me, but I don't know if it's good for you. I will have to stand up and double check. There's no problem. Oh, I did not accept one. Okay, I will fix that. Just hang in a minute. Once I get settled, I have learned so much about counted cross stitch. Now I thought I have to cross something, but I don't think so. We just went across there. So that one is fine there. Okay, let me check how this setup is good for you. Well, a little bit. This is still good? Nope. Because I can't see like that. I think it's better like that. What's your opinion? Okay, I need to X this one. Really, I haven't done cross stitch in a month. You know, I made baby socks. They're finished. The little receiving blanket I was working on, that's about 90% finished. And the baby's coming in September, so it will be finished for that. And let's see, the little dress is finished, the hat and the little boots is finished, and so I think then that's it for now, for the new family member. And what I will do is get started on Christmas decorations for little man and the little new arrival, which we don't know whether it's a boy or a girl because it was a girl, then it turned into a boy, then it turned into a girl. So it's a whatchamacallit. Yeah. Okay. And here I am making all sorts of pink stuff, but that's okay. We will donate. Okay, and then the next line, okay, there was two, so I'm finished with this line. And then I have to go next line, skip two, and then start over there, or right over here. Here we go. This is the project where I learned so much about counted cross stitch, and it gave me a lot of help when doing the stamped cross stitch and doing confetti. So right now I think I have 4 counted cross stitch kitted up. Let's see, whoa, wait a minute. One skip one, okay. One skip one, I really should mark it because I will get confused and make a mistake. Why is there 3 holes when there's only supposed to be 1? There we go, one skip one. So how are you all doing? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's one over here. How has your summer been? After all the heat wave we had, it turned, well, I should say rather chilly for summer. 1, 2, and then 4. I mean, it's definitely not swimming weather. Rather disappointing. Can you see what I'm doing? Did I walk out of the... Usually I walk out of the camera. Well, for a little bit, I'm not allowed to go to the hot spring spa until I get a little bit stronger. Let me tell you, folks, physical therapy is a bitch. It is rough. But supposedly it will make everything all better. I had physical therapy, I had massage, I had carbon dioxide bath. Don't ask me what it's for, I don't know. And then skip one. But it's supposed to improve the circulation. And what else did I have? I had MR treatments on my waist and my knees. I don't know what that's supposed to do, but it's supposed to be good for you. You know, everything is supposed to be good for you, and I'm waiting to see that it be good for me because at the moment, well, I don't feel the beneficial effects of everything I've been through for, well, I should put it all together for 6 weeks, you know, with all the testing and everything else. I need to eat more red meat. Unfortunately, the amount of pills was not reduced. which I am not happy about. So I'm supposed to go all the way across until I get to the one over there, okay? But okay, I understand the reason for it, and the doctors were wonderful, the nurses were lovely, smiley, friendly, very helpful, very attentive. I was, let me tell you, surprised. As much as I was afraid of this whole thing, um, I was pleasantly surprised. And I'm supposed to go back for another 3 weeks of physical therapy, um, sometime before the end of the year. And then it is scheduled twice a year for 2 times 3 weeks. Would you believe? And then skip one and do 4. So I said, okay. Well, this improves the circulation. It's for that. And they have discovered that I've been complaining about my hands, so I did exercises for my shoulder and neck and upper back, which was good. I was put on slower exercises and limited because of my little problem with my heart. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. See how much I learned? I don't have to mark the canvas. I can just follow the instructions along. And once in a while, I even find the hole I'm supposed to stick the needle in. Not often. Okay. Let me mark this off so I don't get into problem. Now, this panel that we're working on, this is the biggest panel. This is about 1, 2, 3, almost 4 times as big as the other panels. See? There's one panel over there, and this is 1, 2, 3, and then a new panel starts here. So there's 2 more panels over here. That is, I don't know what numbers they are, but they belong over here. So once we are finished with this will be the biggest project of on this Advent calendar. Can you see what I'm doing? Not really, huh? Okay, now we're going to cross them. Like I said, once in a while, I can find a hole where I'm supposed to stick the needle. Oh, I have seen such scrumptious patterns. It's like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want everything. And no, you have a lot of whips. So I have decided to discipline myself, and until I get something finished, I will not allow myself to get new patterns. Well, let's see how long that, how long that will last. How long can I keep myself to disciplining myself? Because they look so beautiful, and I want to do so much. Still rather slow going for me to do any kind of crafts. My hands are better, but I'm still in a process of getting back to normal health. They said it would take 2, 3 weeks of resting, and then slowly I can return to my regular routine. I did want to accept a small little job um, of translating and VIP um, tourist guide. Not exactly tourist guide, but um, I don't know how to say it. For VIPs with small, showing them around, you know, helping them to get settled in their hotel room, telling them, where to eat and the money and things like that. So getting them comfortable in this country. It was a small little job. And I've been advised not now, but it was a good opportunity, I thought. And also, I get to travel for free. So wherever they go, I get to go. Okay, I can't find, which I thought it was a good deal. But I understand that the problem was that I tried doing everything too fast. And I need to be a little bit gentler on myself. And then everything will be okay. Actually, I will be able to do a lot more than I was able to do before these treatments. Let me tell you, that place is up to date. I mean, there are machines there. Oh my goodness, you would not believe. There was a machine that was exercising my knees. Yep, not kidding. The machine was doing it because this way there's less stress on my ailing heart. I didn't realize that I had a problem, but I am considered a heart patient. I said, okay, as long as it doesn't interfere in what I want to do, let it be. Who am I to argue with all those doctors? I was really pleasantly surprised, very pleasantly surprised, considering it's a government facility in this country, and to get the care and the attention that they were giving me, I was amazed, folks. Okay, there was two, and I need to do one over there. So I don't know when the next stint will be, probably, in December or something like that. Um, but I'm not as worried about it as I was before I went in, for this 3 week, because I really didn't know what was going to happen. 1, 2, skip 1, 3. Well, I think the reason that this is easier is because it's all one color. Maybe that's why this project seems easier. Okay, skip 1, and then I need to do one more. Yes. But I am glad that I have learned so much that I can do now. Counted or pre-printed doesn't really matter. Um, I know I am able to do it. It was hard until I learned how to navigate myself around all the symbols and charts and everything like that. Skip 3 and then go 4. 1, 2, 3. And then I need to go 4 over here. Well, it also helps that I'm doing 14 count with the 14 count. Um, or is this a 16 count? I think this is a 16 count. Not sure. I will look. Let me see. I have papers galore here. It doesn't say. It does not say. Why does it not say? I'm pretty sure that we're doing could be a 14 count. Okay, here's the paper. 14 count Aida. So then the Halloween one is a 16 count. And we're doing it with 824 Ocean Blue. Yeah, this is a 14 count Aida. And the pattern is for the same count, which makes it easier as far as having my guidelines, and counting which way I'm going. Because if it doesn't end up where it's supposed to be, with the grid lines, then I know that I have made a little mistake and I should check out what was the mistake. Okay, and then skip one, and then we're going on for a long row. And what's on the end of it over here that it's a long row? It's a tree, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's go here. How many do I have to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go all the way to the end of the other one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, perfect. And the edging of the middle panel is different than the edging on the end panels. So it's rather simple, but it looks pretty. Sometimes, a design doesn't have to be difficult to look pretty. I prefer something that looks simple and pretty rather than something fancy and difficult and it looks rather, should I say crowded? Too much? You know what I mean. I think this border looks perfect with this. This middle panel has a lot of details in it. So we really don't want a fancy border to take away from the beautifulness of the panel. I thought of not having a Baba Noel or a Santa Claus in the middle because there is a Santa Claus in another panel. But then I figured, okay, well, let's just keep with the pattern for now. Because at that point, I was still learning. And then above the 4, we have to make a threesome. So let's do a threesome here. And it looks like my choice of the fabric was perfect also because it will fit the whole pattern and still have margins left, for framing. With some of the choices I made were not the best, and I did not have very much margins left. And then we have 3, and then we have 2 over here. So we just need 1 here. 1 stitch here, so we might as well put that there before I rethread my needle. And then this will be done. I will not have to come back and do this. Where's the hole? Oh, hole. Oh, holy hole, where are you? Ah, there it is. Sooner or later, we'll get it in there. It's not a rush job, but I did want to do this because I want to have it finished this year, and I want to have the Halloween calendar finished also, which I started last year. That was a stitch along, but as you know, I fell way behind because, of course, I had to order everything. So I was 2 weeks behind with starting the stitch along. But it's okay. I talked to some of the other members in the stitch along, and some of them are doing something they started 5 years ago. So that's okay. Not that bad. It will get done eventually. And that's the main purpose of doing it, to enjoy it and have something absolutely beautiful as the end result of all our work. Remember how long I was doing with that little girl in the bonnet? I think that took a couple of years before it was finished, and I was so happy with it. Definitely was worth the work. So this is what I mean. The final result of our work is beautiful. Okay, I need to rethread my needle, which is no problem. I don't know, I have short pieces of thread over here, and I don't know why I put them here. Really, there's no logic to it. I must have had some logic to it when I did it, but how could I have leftover thread when I am only working with one color? This is what happens when you put away the work for so long. And well, this did teach me a lesson. I should make notes before putting a project away for a long time, so I know where I was, what I was doing when I quit, and what's the next step, etc., etc. So we learn all the time something new. My needle threads are stuck together. Everything gets magnetic. Do you have that problem when you have a magnet? Everything gets magnetic. My scissors, my needles, my needle threader. Okay, I wax it a little bit because it seems to be a little bit wavy, my thread. So I gave it a little bit of dip in the beeswax. Okay, let's secure with a loop start. It's a double strand, but I'm using a single strand folded in half, and then you thread it in the needle like that, and then you get a loop in the end. You fold it in half, and then you thread it into the needle with the open two ends, and then at the end there's a loop, and this is called a loop start, from what I understand. Right? Right. Like I said, sometimes I can find a hole. totally different feeling when I am not so nervous and confused about what I'm doing. Definitely more enjoyable because I just go along line by line. I found it for myself that way to be easier rather than going square by square. Rather just go by one line at a time, and that way I don't get so confused. It's not easy, you know, to unconfuse me. Okay, I see you laughing. Come on, give the old lady a break. It's been a rough summer. Don't you feel sorry for me? Nope, I see you don't. I can see you. Okay, let's get this line finished. See, absolutely no problem and no mistakes. Incredible that I don't make mistakes. This is what works for me. Whatever works for you, you do you. I'm just saying I have found this method for me. Well, of course, it's different when you have to change colors and stuff, but for this monochrome work, I like it to do it this way. And if it works, then we're going to stick to that method. And then we don't forget to mark down what we finished stitching. I think that's the line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that's the line that we were working on. I think I need a chubbier marker. This is not so easy to see. And then we made one stitch on the end, so we can cross that out too. Okay, so we did good. Okay, and then we have to go 2 and 2 with my thumb over. It said skip 2, 1, 2, and go 2. Let me see. Where is the hole? Okay, let's see. I squiggled into the wrong line. So I covered one square, but I think I got it. And then skip 1, and then go over here. Now why does that thread look heavier than the one before it? Then go 1, and skip 1 and do another one. There we go. And then one more. 2, 1, no. Skip 2 and then go 1. Because there will be a line up there going up to the Santa Claus's beard. Yeah, that's part of his beard already. And then 3, 1, 2, 3. And then one, these are lines actually in the beard of Santa Claus up here. And there's a tree on the end of it. And then one, two, and then make three. So we're getting close to finishing this panel. There's quite a few empty spaces now coming up to the beard of Santa Claus. And then three, and then one, two, three. One, two, three. And then we need 6 of these. One, two. And then the third one. And then the other part of the end decoration will be put in at the end of this row also. So that will be that much less for me to come back to, when I'm finally finished with this. So I think what's going to happen that these two are going to be the projects that are going to be monopolizing at this particular time. And then one, two, one, two. Yeah, I know that one in the wrong place. I can see it. We'll fix it. Two, three. And then the end, it will be over here. There we go. And we got another couple of lines done. Thank you very much for spending time with me this Thursday afternoon. Stay safe, stay healthy, be happy, do something just for yourself alone. Just a little tiny to make you happy. Anything. I will see you next time. Goodbye for now. Bye. Mwah.